So I was thinking about what I wanted to practice, or what I wanted to teach this morning, and I was thinking, with this being the new year, and with us once again being up against mask mandates and all of those things, I liked the idea of practicing just so we feel amazing in our bodies today. And so that's the goal, is if a pose doesn't feel quite right, switch it up. Feel amazing. If that means when we're doing down dog, you want to do cat-cow, do that. If a lunge with your back heel rooted down bothers your ankle, keep the heel lifted. So I know this is something I always teach, but today I want you to take it a step further, and I want myself to feel amazing while I'm practicing and when I'm done practicing. So that's it. Let's just feel good while we move. So find a comfortable seat here on your mat. Close your eyes. Take a moment to shift around here. And over the next 3 or so breaths, settling into a comfortable seat. And then beginning that Ujjayi breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Using this breath as a tool to tune even more inside. And letting this intention of simply feeling delicious in your own body start to settle in. Start to spread out through every crevice of your body. And it can be a constant question that you ask yourself. How do I make this pose, this moment, feel better? And truly listening to that response will take about 3 more breaths setting this up. Your next inhale, bring your hands down to your belly and low back. And start to breathe so that you fill up this area, this sort of second, third chakra region. So on the inhale, you literally feel the belly expand, the back body press outward. And with the exhale, you feel everything hug back to center, feeling your core engage. Your next inhale, shift your hands up to your rib cage. So hands can be on the same side and across your body. Your inhale, feel the ribs move outward to the left and right. And on the exhale, feel it hug back towards center line, empty now. And then lastly, place your hands up to your chest and or your upper back. On the inhale, feel the chest and upper back rise. And on the exhale, feel it settle back in to center line. Now you choose where you'd like to place your hands. It can be any of these 3 spots or somewhere totally unrelated. We'll work with this 3-part breath. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale, fill up the belly, pause. Inhale, fill up the chest, pause. Inhale, fill up the chest, upper back, all the way to fullness. Hold at the top. Breathe into low belly, pause. Breathe into the rib cage, pause. Fill all the way up, all the way through the chest, upper back holding full. That long, slow exhale, emptying chest, ribs, belly. Do that twice more at your own pace. After your second round, or your fourth total round, rest your hands on your thighs and just start to move. So keep your eyes closed. Let the movement come from that question, what would feel good in this moment. So it could be rolling your shoulders, maybe opening and closing your jaw, maybe a little twist side to side. Taking about 3 more breaths, just shifting, moving. And then carrying this movement forward. On your next inhale, rock forward onto hands and knees. And we'll just continue to flow here in a way that feels good to your body. So it could be as simple as a cat-cow, inhaling, lifting to the chest, exhaling, rounding to the spine. Maybe you add on going all the way back to a child's pose. Maybe a child's pose feels delicious and you want to just hang out here for a few breaths. Or perhaps crawling the chest forward, coming into a version of an up dog, moving the head around. So just experimenting. Being inquisitive with your body here. About 4 more breaths. There's no wrong way to move. Just experimenting with our body. Over the next 1 or 2 breaths, make your way back to your first downward facing dog of the practice. Tucking your toes under, hips extending up and back. And if movement's feeling good, continue that here, just pedaling to your feet. Maybe shaking the hips side to side, walking the feet out. About 5 more breaths, just feeling into this first inversion of our practice. Keeping in mind this concept of feeling good in your body. Really listening to what's bubbling up. One more full breath here. Exhale, lower your knees down to the earth. Then come all the way onto your back for, don't worry, we're still doing core work. Come all the way down. I'm going to turn away from the camera so they don't just have to look straight at my butt. Alright, coming down onto your back. Make sure you have a prop nearby. You don't need it quite yet, but you'll need it eventually to make sure it's easily reachable. And then interlace your hands back behind your head, knees stacked over your hips. If this bothers your low back at any point, you're always welcome to bring the feet down to the ground. Take a huge breath into the low back. On exhale, lift head and shoulders up, and then relax your head into your hands. Deep breath into the back body. Now bend your knees to a 90-degree angle or less. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath in, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards the left thigh. Reach right leg forward at a 45-degree angle. Hold low belly down. Inhale, bend both knees, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach left foot forward, 45 degrees. Nicely. So spread the toes, pull belly down. Inhale, come back through center. If that starts to bother your low back, your leg can go straight up instead of 45 degrees as well. Take a huge breath in. Curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach right leg forward, 45 degrees. Pull belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach through that left foot, spread your toes, pull belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Keep head and shoulders lifted. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach right leg forward, 45 degrees. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Yes. Inhale, back through center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach left leg forward. Spread your toes. Pull belly down. Get that second tuck. Inhale, back to center. One more round. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Right leg reaches forward. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Back through center. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Extending forward through the left foot. Pull belly down. Curl tailbone a little more. Inhale, come back to center and release. Set your feet about mat width apart. Little butterfly on a rock or windshield wiper legs here. On your exhale, knees to one side. Inhale back through center and just get into a rhythm that once again feels good to your body. I think so often in our lives we're spending time doing shoulds or things that we feel like we need to do or that would make us feel good. Instead today, choose things that do feel good. Core may not be one thing, but it feels really good afterwards. So you can take that into account as well. About 3 more breaths here. Taking hold of your prop, so either a rolled up mat or block. Place it in between your thighs, snug up towards the pubic bone, and then extend your leg this time straight up towards the rafters. Now if this is pulling on your low back, once again, knees can be bent or feet can be rested on the ground. Interlace the hands back behind your head, and then shift your fingers over one position so you're clasping in that non-habitual way. Take a deep breath into your low back. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze around your prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, shoulder blades lift, squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Yes, nice, Courtney. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze the prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, shoulder blades come up. Nice, David. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, shoulder blades lift, squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Nice. Inhale, relax head and shoulders. 2 more. Stay with me. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulder blades. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Inhale, relax head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. And release. Everything down to you. All right. Set your prop aside. Moving into bridge pose. So to set up here, you can reach down and graze the back of your heels with your fingertips. But ideally, you just want the knees stacked over the ankles. On your inhale, tuck tailbone so you feel your core engaged just slightly. And then peel your spine away from the mat, lifting into bridge. You're always welcome to use your prop under your hips for support or in between the thighs for additional leverage. Press into the earth with your feet and then lift the hips up higher so you start to open up the belly. All those muscles that we just compressed have an opportunity to open up, to receive breath. And then to do it true forest style, reach your arms down by your sides or in goalposts, letting them be heavy here. Let the engagement come from your legs and your back muscles. Option to close your eyes and simply feel. Really infusing the core with your breath. We'll take 5 more breaths here. Exhale, tuck tailbone, removing any props. Slowly lower your spine down to the mat. Then release the back body here by either hugging knees into chest or pressing the thighs away. Just taking a few breaths to release. Roll over onto your left side and press your way up to a seat on your mat. Come all the way forward onto forearms and knees. Setting up for a basic dolphin here. So elbows are directly under your shoulders. Those of you familiar, pop right into it. You don't need the extra guidance. Those of you newer to it, grab hold of the opposite upper arm with your hands. That's measuring the distance of the elbows, and then place the forearms parallel to one another lengthwise on the mat or hands clasped. Huge breath into the upper back. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift the hips up to the sky. Yeah, that's it. And then just put your root down through your hands and extend the hips up to the sky like so. Perfect. Head is not touching the ground, so you're going to press forearms away so that your arms, so that your head is away from the earth. It's more important here to have a straight spine. So really press the chest towards the shins, reach the hips to the sky. The sky, there's not more than one as far as I'm concerned. Knees can be bent here. Your next inhale, slowly extend the left leg up to the sky. Spread your toes, press this foot high and long. Maybe shift more of the weight into your forearms, feeling how that activates the core. Exhale, slowly lower the left foot down. Inhale to float the right leg up to the sky. Spreading through your toes, reach that leg long and then high. As if you're trying to lift out of the shoulders. Exhale, lower the right foot down. One more breath at Dolphin. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth. Child's pose, embryo, or puppy. Whatever you need so that you can settle here. Relax, take a moment, tune fully back in. And connecting back to this intention of feeling good as you move. And sometimes that movement is simply the breath. Inhale, slowly rise up, hands and knees. Exhale, curl your toes under, press back to downward facing dog. So option to keep that movement going here, maybe even rocking back and forth. Remembering that intention that you're in charge of your practice. So if any of these poses don't feel quite right, play around, switch it up. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat, arriving in a forward fold. Knees can be bent here, especially if you've had a hamstring injury or a tight low back. On your inhale, lift the chest, come up half a lift, spinal extension. Yeah, beautiful. Exhale, fold it back in. Again, like that, reach back to the sit bones, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. Exhale to fold it in. One more, reach back to the sit bones, lengthen forward. And exhale, fold it back in. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms reach overhead. Maybe a little back bend here if that feels good. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale, classical suns, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge or low lunge. So you can choose today if you want that knee down or lift it. Float the arms to the sky. We're going to hang out here for a few breaths, really expanding into the chest and belly. Yeah, you always have the option to keep your hands on your thigh. Sometimes I find more extension by pressing the thigh forward, lengthening through one arm. Exhale, lower your hands to the earth. Step back to plank pose. From here you have the choice. You can go directly into down dog. You can flow through that vinyasa. Knees can be lifted or lowered. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Beautiful. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale to step left foot forward. Lunge or low lunge. Lift and open through the torso. Finding that expansion as you lift through the rib cage, opening through the chest. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward folds. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms sweep overhead. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step right foot back, lunge. Moving with your breath, reach up and open. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step to plank. Going at your own pace, either down dog or vinyasa, moving with your breath. Beautiful, Gina. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot forward, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward folds. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Continuing this flow, inhale, re-extend. Move with your breath, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to plank. Flow, chaturanga, or go to down dog. Inhale, lift the heart. Nice, David. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Keep that inhale going, open up. Exhale, hands to mat. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round here, inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Lift and open. Nice, Jen. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Open it up, moving with your breath. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. Mountain pose, so your hands can stay at heart center or you can rest them by your sides, palms lightly open. Connecting back to that breath. Connecting back to that intention. Slowly open your eyes, grab hold of your prop, and place it in between the thighs. Look down, make sure the inner edges of your feet are parallel to one another. And then inhale, float the arms back up to the sky. Reach up a little bit taller. On your exhale, up and over to the right side of the room. Hips shift to the left. Taking a few deep breaths into this left side body. Option to stay here or take that right arm, bring it to your hip, the hand rather, or reach the hand down alongside your leg to accentuate that side bend. Nice. Nice, Kathy. Breathing into this left side body, 2 more breaths. Fire up the legs, squeeze your prop, come all the way back upright. Re-extend, re-interlace. And exhale up and over to the other side. Hips shifting to the right, breathing into the side body. You have that option to bring that left hand to your hip or maybe working its way down the leg. Keep equal weight between your feet, squeezing around that prop. Squeeze around the prop, come all the way back up. Exhale, arms back behind you. Either hands on the hips or fingertips pointing down towards the sit bones. Take a deep breath and lift up to the chest. On your exhale, squeeze shoulder blades towards one another. Press the hands down, start to lean back. Soft bend in your knees, lifting through the chest. You can always bring the chin to your chest if your neck is bothering you here. Breathing into the front body. 2 more full breaths here. Light squeeze around your prop. Inhale, come all the way back up. Float your arms to the sky. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Still holding on to that prop. You can always bring your hands to your hips or arms back behind you if that feels better. Lifting through the chest, sit a little bit deeper. And exhale, forward fold. Remove that prop, setting it aside. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, ragdoll pose. So you're just going to hang out here in this forward fold. Interlace your hands on opposite elbows if that feels okay. Just allowing the weight of your torso to stretch out the hamstrings, to open up the space between the vertebrae, just traction out the upper body. Three more full breaths here. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, spinal extension at halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands on the mat and just step your way back to this upper push-up position, plank pose. So if this bothers your wrist, you can come down to the forearms. You can also bring your knees down to the mat at any point. Hanging out here for a few breaths to feel that connection to your center, to that core. So Courtney, bring your hips forward a little bit and then, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Breathing into the back body. Exhale, lower slowly, chaturanga. Come all the way down to your belly. There's no competition today, Gina. It's just you against you. All right. Hands next to your chest. We're going to work on a low cobra here. On your inhale, use the back muscles to peel just the chest and head up off of the mat. Your hands are barely touching the ground. Thighs are rooting into the earth. Tops of your feet are pressing towards the earth. Use the back muscles to lift even more through the chest. Breathing here into the belly, 2 more breaths. Exhale, lower it down, turn your head to the left. You're welcome to place the back of the left hand onto the low back, taking 3 deep breaths, saturating this area with awareness and with oxygen. Moving into Salavasana, also known as Locust or boat pose. Start with your hands once again next to your chest. Inhale, peel the chest and head up. This time, lift the hands, lift the legs, reach the arms back behind you. Now you're balancing on your belly. Hug shoulder blades together, reach to the fingertips. Maybe the legs can lift a little bit higher. 2 more full breaths here, activating the back muscles. Yes, awesome. And then exhale, lower down, turn your head to the right this time. 3 deep breaths into the low back. Hands next to your chest, curl your toes under. You have the option to press up through all 4s and back to down dog, or reverse that chaturanga, pressing down strongly through your hands. Make your way up through your push-up and then back to downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide here, the Lorena, and then inhale, slowly extend the left leg up to the sky. Spreading those toes, reach the leg long. Maybe the right heel starts to work its way closer to the earth, so you feel this stretch. The hamstrings. Maybe the leg can lift a little bit higher. Exhale, without momentum, step the left foot through. Frame this front foot with your hands. So if the ground feels far away, you're going to want to place a block under that right hand. Left knee is stacked directly over the left ankle. Back knee can always come down, but for the full expression of the pose, pick up that back knee. All right, from here, keep the right hand rooted on the ground. Inhale, left arm opens up for a spinal twist. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, you can always bring your hand to your hip or thigh instead. On your inhale, lift through the heart. On your exhale, feel that connection back to your center, so you're activating through the core. One more inhale here to peel open. Exhale, lower the left hand to the earth. Reach both arms back behind you, hover above that left thigh. Activate through the arm muscles, through the back muscles. Inhale, rise all the way up. Awesome. Crescent lunge. Arms extend to the sky. So once again, at any point, this back knee can come down for support. Breathe and open up through the chest and belly. If the back bend feels good, start to bend the back knee slightly, and then reach up and back, opening through the chest and belly. Breathing into the front body. Keep your head in line with the rest of your spine, so it's a soft curve rather than an extended curve. Exhale, release the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Start to draw the knuckles down, bend the back knee, hover it above the ground here. Should feel like a lot is happening. Maybe pick up the back heel a little more, feel more of that weight shift into the quad. And then straighten out the right leg, root down through the heel. You're welcome to stay upright here or come into our ostrich pose, diving the torso to the inside of the left leg. Yeah. If that feels like too much, you can always bring the hands down to the ground instead. And just come into this fold so you're still getting it into the hips. Taking your version of this pose. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe the clasp hands reach a little bit more overhead. Exhale, lower the clasp, then release your hands. Walk the hands forward. So you have two options here. You can take a basic forward fold or a single-legged forward fold. So weight shifts into the left foot. That option one is you're going to shift the weight in the left leg. Right leg is going to reach up to the sky for your standing splits, also known as vertical splits. Or you're going to step the right foot in to meet the left in this basic forward fold like we began the sequence. If you're working with this single-legged forward fold, you can wrap the left arm behind the calf to draw your chest in closer to the thigh. 3 more breaths here. Nice, David. Exhale. Step the right foot about 2 feet behind the left. Bring your hands to your hips, come all the way up to standing. Setting up for pyramid pose. So your hips are going to square to the front of your back. So hands on hips, equal distance from the front of the room. Yeah. Take an inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinging from your hips. Start to fold over this left side. This may be where you work. Maybe your hands come to the thigh. Maybe your hands come to the shin, blocks, or the earth. Really focus on driving that left hip back as you pull the right hip forward. Yeah, beautiful. Breathe here into hamstring, into the back body. Trikonasana, this revolved triangle pose. So right hand is going to come to the ground, or if you have a block in a reachable distance or a prop, place your hand on the prop. It's much easier. Left hand's going to come into that crease where the left hip meets your leg. Start to turn towards the left side of the room. Engage through the abdominals. Maybe extend that left arm up to the sky. Yes. Use your core. Twist from your center. This pose does feel awkward. I think it's just part of the pose. See if you can feel a little bit of deliciousness even here. 2 more breaths. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Step the right foot to the back of your mat so you arrive in a lunge. Both hands come to the inside of the left leg. Once again, you have that option to bring the right knee down to the ground. We're just going to hang out here in this lunge for a few breaths, pressing the hips towards the ground, drawing the chest forward. So you're getting deeper into the hips here, maybe opening through the chest a bit. 2 more breaths. If you're not feeling much, press the hips more towards the ground. Even inch that left foot forward. Lift the heart more up. Exhale. Shift the hips back. Step your way back to plank pose. Take your time to get there. Your choice. You can move through your vinyasa or go directly to your downward facing dog. All meeting up in downward facing dog. Take a huge breath in here. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. Inhale, come all the way upright, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Hand to big toe pose. So, hands on your hips to start. Pick up that left leg. So I'm mirroring you. You have two options here. Fix your gaze at something that's not moving. So not me. Do not watch me because I am not balanced. Option one is to reach down and grab hold of the shin with one or both hands. Option two, hand is going to come to the hip. You're going to reach down, grab hold of the big toe or the outer edge of the foot, and extend the leg forward as much as you can. Remember, fix your gaze at something that's not moving. Yeah, we're here long enough that if you fall out, you can come back in. Leg shifts over to the left. For more balance, arm shifts to the right. You can still be holding the shin here instead of the toe. Now breathe. One of the first things that goes is our breath. Inhale, bring the leg back through center. Switch the hands. So you're reaching down, grabbing hold of the outer edge of the foot or the outer edge of the shin with the right hand. Left hand comes back behind you. Leg extends forward, twisting towards the windows. Come back through center. This time release the foot, both hands on your hips. It's everyone's favorite part. Lift your leg up. Lift your leg a little higher. Lift your leg a little higher. I think it makes everyone angry, and then release. Shake it out. Inhale, extend the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, step back to plank pose. Your choice, vinyasa or directly to downward facing dog, so move with your breath. We'll all meet up in downward facing. Take a moment to release a little unnecessary tension. Your next inhale, slowly extend that right leg up to the sky. Spreading through the toes, that right leg reaches high. Maybe the left heel can work closer towards the earth here. Without momentum, exhale, step right foot through for this low lunge. So back heel stays lifted. Hands frame the front foot. Once again, your block can come under the left hand if you'd like. Engaging through the legs. So check out, make sure the right knee is directly over your ankle, creating this 90 degrees. Yeah, you've all got it. Left hand stays on the ground or your prop. Inhale. Right arm opens up for that spinal twist. Beautiful. Hug the right shoulder blade towards the spine. And then with that additional space, lift the chest more towards the ceiling so it becomes a heart opener as well as a twist. Breathing into the space you've created here. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Fire up the legs, reach the arms back behind you, hover. A lot of core and leg activation here. Inhale, come all the way up, crescent lunge, arms reach to the sky. Always have that option to bring the left knee to the earth for support. Lifting to the chest, maybe it turns more into a back bend by leaning back, creating this crescent shape of the torso. Breathing into the space you've created, feeling the intensity. release the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers, start to draw the knuckles down. Bend the back knee, feel the intensity here. If you want more intensity, that's it. You can pick up the back heel more. Knee comes closer to the earth. Now straighten out the back leg, root down through the left heel. You may need to adjust the feet a little bit here. This can be where you stay upright, lifting to the heart, or dive it forward, coming into ostrich, bringing that torso to the inside of the front leg. If this bothers your shoulders, you can always bring the hands to the earth instead. Connect into your breath, stay with sensation. Avoid the temptation to vacate your body. Lower the clasp, then release your hands, coming into that single-legged or basic forward fold. So walk your hands forward, weight shifts into the right foot. Inhale, pick up the left leg, either stepping it in to meet the right for your basic forward fold, or floating it up to the sky for a single-legged forward fold. If you're working with this single-legged forward fold, you have the option to wrap the arm around the calf, drawing your chest closer in. Yeah. Awesome. Breathing here. You're gonna let your head hang. There you go. Relax through the jaw, take one more inhale. Then exhale, step that left foot about 2 feet behind the right. Hands on your hips, come all the way up. You may need to walk your hands up the leg. And then turn your torso to the top of the room. So right leg is forward, squaring your hips here. And your exhale coming into pyramid pose. Hinging from the hips, just start to fold forward. And you may simply want to rest your hands on your thigh here. That's a great place to stay. Maybe walking your hands down to your shin or all the way down to the earth. Just moving to the depth that feels right to your body in this moment. If your leg is shaking, that's great feedback that you're in sensation. Breathing here. Where else can you release? Exhale, bend the right knee. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Bring both hands to the inside of that right leg. And if the ground feels far away, once again, use your prop. Just coming to this deep low lunge. So you want to come deeper into the lunge by driving the right knee forward, coming deeper into that bend, pressing the hips to the ground, lifting through the chest. And keep this left leg active by pressing back through the heel. If you're not feeling much, walk that right foot more forward, press the hips closer to the ground, lift the chest more to the sky. Two more breaths. From here, carefully inch that right foot back slightly, root down to the hands, step your way back to downward facing dog. Option to flow to that vinyasa if you'd like. Take a deep breath in your downward facing dog. Exhale to step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. Inhale, come all the way up, arms sweep overhead, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feels like such a gift when the heater turns off. All right, hand to big toe pose on this second side. So pick up the right leg, which I'm mirroring you once again. Hands on your hips to start. Fix your gaze at something that's not moving. reach down, grab hold of the shin or the big toe with the right hand. Option to extend that right leg out. Try to keep the torso upright, so that may mean your knee is more bent. Inhale, shift the leg out to the door side of the room. Arm can counterbalance you here. Now weave back in that breath. Inhale, bring the leg back through center, switch hands, coming into your twist. Maybe that right arm comes back behind you, turning towards the right. And cheating with a wall, it's fine. Lifting to the chest. Inhale, come back to center, release with the hands, lift up that right leg. Yep. It's our favorite part, right? Lift the leg a little bit higher. Float a little bit higher. Sometimes Katie makes you go into Warrior 3 from here. That's just cruel. And then release. Shake it out. Whew. Inhale, float the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way to a seat for a moment. So that could be a kneeling position, a squat, or on your sit bones. So we're going to flow once more through this sequence with a few options. You can simply flow through the poses that we've done thus far, or you're welcome to add on these extra options or make up some of your own. So what we're going to do, we'll do a quick demo of this. From down dog, we'll extend the leg up to the sky. Option to flip your dog over. Just an option. Extend the leg back up. Exhale, step the foot through. Come into the twist. From this twist, instead of just twisting, you have the option, I'll turn this way, to cross the arm over the leg. Maybe take a side pro scissors. Just an option. Then we'll rise up like we were before. One breath lifting to the heart. One breath diving down. From here, you have the option to just come into that basic dive or wrap the arm under the leg, come into stick pose. We're going to walk this hand under the leg, come forward. You're going to squeeze the arm with your leg. Forehead's going to come to the ground, pick up the back leg. The key to getting this pose is cutting off the circulation in this hand and bringing your head to the ground so that you create that sort of balance theme so the back leg basically just pops up off of the earth. If your hand's not forward, you will not get that popping up. From here, we're going to unwind. You have the option to come into standing splits or that basic forward fold. From standing splits, you have the option to play around with a few handstand hops. And then the last option once we come back is to come down to the knee, hang out here for a few breaths in this deep low lunge, or play around with stick pose. Did I say the other one was stick? I meant twig. The last one was twig, this is stick, where you extend this front foot forward, come into the arm balance, like so. Any questions? So those are all options, none of them you have to do. Let's play, let's have a little fun and see what happens. All right, downward facing dog. We're almost done, down dog. You can do it. All right, inhale, float the left leg up to the sky. Bend that left knee, open up the hip. It should feel pretty good. You have the option to flip your dog if you'd like. Totally. Perfect. Nice, Jen. On your exhale, flip it back over. Extend the left leg. Exhale, step left foot forward. Twisting lunge. Right hand stays on the ground. Left arm lifts up. Option to take that side pro scissors, shifting the weight into your hands, rocking your way into that arm balance. Otherwise, you're just taking an extra breath in your twist. Yeah. Yeah. All right, from here, rise back up into your Crescent Lunge. I feel like you guys are just laughing at me. On your exhale, release the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Deep breath, lift through the heart. Exhale, root down to the back heel, dive forward. Ostrich pose. Exhale, lower the clasp, release the hands. Okay, this one I think most of you can do. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Start to walk the hand under and behind the leg. Now you're going to squeeze the crap out of that left arm. Walk it as far forward as you can. Forehead comes to the ground. Yes. Back leg may lift up. Awesome. Yes. All right. Unwind out of that.
Does your heel come up?
Yes, your heel comes way up. Yeah. Perfect. Inhale. Come rocking forward into standing split. So weight shifts into the left leg. Right leg either steps forward into a basic forward fold or the leg extends out to the sky. Optional handstand hops here if you want. Find a minute of air time, you can. All right, step the right foot back. Both hands to the inside of the left leg once again. Option to bring the right knee down and just hang out in this low lunge, or you have that option to try twig again or play with stick. We're going to walk the left leg out and forward. Bend both elbows to about a 90-degree angle. Pick up the front leg. All right, come on out of that. Step your way back to plank pose. Move through a vinyasa. We'll do a little reset. Meet up and down dog. Knees to the earth, look up here for a quick moment. Any questions before we come into that second side? You what? You got it? Perfect. All right, downward facing dog. Round 2. This is all about play. None of it actually matters, by the way.
I'm really good on this time.
Inhale, the right leg reaches up. Exhale, bend the right knee open to the hip. Option to flip your dog for that wild thing. And then flip it back over. Exhale, step right foot through. Twisting lunge or side crow scissors. So option 1 is that right arm reaches up to the sky. The other option is that left arm crosses over the right leg, shifting the weight into your hands, creating a shelf of the legs. All right, unwind out of that. Both hands, come all the way up. See, I keep forgetting my sequences. Hands come all the way up. I'm going to blame COVID. Arms reach to the sky. On your exhale, release your arms behind you. Interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down. Deep breath in. Exhale, root down to the heel. Dive forward, ostrich pose. One breath here, lift up to the heart. Exhale, lower the clasp. Both hands come to the inside of that right foot. Twig pose. All right, let's give this one a try. Right hand walks underneath the right leg. Then tiptoe your hands maybe walk the hand, because you can't really tiptoe a hand, as far forward as you can. Squeeze the crap out of that right arm. Forehead to the ground, lift up the back leg. Yes, love it. All right, unwind out of that. Standing splits or basic forward folds. Weight shifts into that right leg. Left leg either steps forward or extends to the sky. Handstand hops are an option. Kind of fun. All right. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Both hands to the inside of that right leg. Option to take twig again or play with stick. Walking that right foot forward, you're going to balance the right leg on the right arm. And then step your way back to plank pose. We'll take one final vinyasa here, moving with your breath. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Exhale, step or float through. to a seat. And come all the way onto your back. We made it. We made it. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little rocking action side to side. Should feel pretty good here. And then transition this into a happy baby pose. So you're reaching down, grabbing hold of either the outer edges of the feet or the big toes. Yeah, beautiful. Coming into a reclined pigeon. Let's cross the left ankle over the right thigh. To start out here, the right foot is going to be on the ground. That may be a deep enough hip stretch. Or pick up the right leg, wrap the hands around the right thigh or shin, drawing the right leg in as you press the left knee away. Breathing into the back body. Softening the shoulders. Release the right leg. Coming into a spinal twist, you can either cross that left leg all the way over the right leg or uncross the legs. Arms come out to your sides. Exhale, knees to the right. Taking a few deep breaths into this twist. Inhale, unwind, move to that reclined hip stretch on the second side. So right ankle hooks over left thigh. Option to pick up that leg and draw the shin or thigh in closer. Breathing down into your hips. This is also a really great low back release. Breathe into that space as well. And moving into your twist, mirroring what you took on the former side. Release the knees over to the left. Once you feel relatively balanced, unwind out of that. If there's any final pose or movement that your body is still craving, please take that. And at your own pace, make your way into this place of final relaxation. Shavasana, using any clothing or props to make yourself as comfortable as possible here. You can take a traditional Shavasana on your back, or if you prefer to be on your side or a seated position, you're welcome to take that instead. Wherever you are, giving in to gravity, letting your body fully surrender, fully rest. Just being for these last few moments of rest. neck relaxed, press your way up.